I think we are starting to educate ourselves and learn how to fail and know that that's not the end of the line. It's just this, this issue of grit and getting back up and trying it again.
We as designers have a calling to actually address. We have some very big problems in our world. And as designers, we can sit back and let the opportunity of crisis pass us by, or we can suit up, boot up, and actually get to the business of solving these problems.
I'm Meredith Williams. I'm the principal here at North Rand High School in Spencer, North Carolina. I've been blessed to serve here for 2.5 years, and through that time, our school has experienced significant change. When I arrived at North, we had very low achievement as measured by state standardized testing. And because of that, we were afforded the opportunity through a legislation called Restart to have some flexibility similar to that of charter schools. What the flexibility really allowed us to do was to think differently about the type of education we wanted for our students. Our staff, our stakeholders, and our students worked together to think through that process. Did we want graduates who were compliant, good at memorization and regurgitation of facts? Or did we want graduates who could think critically and creatively, who could collaborate and communicate? And in knowing what type of graduate we wanted, we were able to structure a school process that allowed our students to grow into these types of individuals. And that's where the Design Lab idea came from. That through the design thinking process, our students could employ all of their content knowledge, all of their creativity and critical thinking, and that in working together, they could solve challenges that were meaningful, not to a future world, not to just a teacher, but to a truly authentic audience here in their own community. Our students were finding a disconnect between what we were offering in school, what we were requiring of them, what we were celebrating in them, and the types of people that they were, and the types of future that they saw for themselves. And I think in large part because of that disconnect, they became disengaged from the process. And therefore, test scores were very low. Our students weren't excited about showing what they knew on those tests, but they got excited about the art that they were creating. And that's what we're trying to bring out in our design labs, that creative, critical thinking that makes our students individuals and can make them highly successful in the future.
In 8th grade, I was not a good student. I didn't keep up with my focus and all of my work. And here, I'm almost an A student.
This is the first time ever I've had anything like this. Throughout elementary school and through middle school, it was just the same basic classroom. And I come in here and they tell me that this is your room now.
This classroom or design lab, it opens up many doors for you because, like I said, you're solving world problems doing this. And it offered me that door.
Students are taught by more than the teacher. They are also taught by their environment. And it was important that the environment correspond to the culture that we were trying to create.
A project is what most students get in their classrooms. Teachers know exactly what the outcome is going to be. And they're just kind of slow stepping you towards this goal. He and I put out challenges to our students. We don't know what the outcome is going to be. We had to step off the edge and not know what was going to happen. And so I think for a student to hear from their teacher, I don't know what the answer is. And watch them freak out because they've never been in that situation before, to now, even in this short amount of time, they don't freak out anymore. Like they understand that, all right, we're learning this together, we're doing this together. You know, he and I don't have an answer key somewhere in the back. I was waiting on you to get it. Doesn't work that way. Everybody deserves the opportunity to break out of the current mold of education and explore what interests them. So many people don't know what they're capable of because they've never been given an opportunity. I feel like if we've not done anything else, give these students an opportunity to find out what they're capable of. Teach them how to think past the answer is C. Prepare them for jobs that don't exist yet. I'm not preparing you to go work in a factory. I'm preparing you to go design something that doesn't exist right now that's going to change the world. So what would I tell someone? Give them a chance.
In 8th grade, I would always catch myself bouncing my leg while we sat in the desks or even at the tables. And it felt like we only had so little space to learn. But whenever you walk in here and you see it's a big room, it's like you're just free to think outside the box and do whatever. It's like the sky's the limit for your imagination in here. And I feel like it feels more like home in a way. It really brings out the best in some of our students, including me. Before I stepped foot in this room, I had no idea what I wanted to be when I grew up. And my parents and teachers and everybody else would be like, you gotta start thinking about it, you're going to high school. So I would think about it, but I just never knew. I was never given the chance to really explore. But here into the design lab, they give us that room to explore what we like. And if they see that we like something, they'll give us the resources and tools that we need to become whatever we would like to be in life.
I felt it necessary for us to look at the way that we did education and the way that our educational system could change our community. In the case of the North Area schools, the rules were literally paralyzing us for making the decisions that we needed to make for our children. In fact, the rules that were supposed to make education the same for everybody was exactly what was increasing the disparity rather than fixing it. So when I had the opportunity to come as principal to North High, I set up my office right by the cafeteria. And looking out my office window, I could see the house I grew up in where my parents still lived. And I knew I had come home. And my job here at home was to improve the system for everyone. Our mission statement or purpose statement for the school includes the phrase that we will cultivate students' gifts and passions for academics, careers, and life. That's what I want for my children. And that's what all of the children here are. They're my kids.